Nothing's gonna change.
Do you promise?
My intention...
I was hanging on with you.
I think now you need to let go.
This is my recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 14, and the Season 18 finale. And if you thought Robyn plays the victim and cries a lot, in this episode, she is taking it to a whole new level of crazy. In this episode, Janelle and Christine continue their vacation in Idaho, and Robyn has the ultimate meltdown at a tense sit-down between Meri and Kody on Coyote Pass. First, we're in Parowan, Utah. It's October 2022, and Meri again talks about how in April, Kody said their marriage was never going to happen again at their anniversary, and since April, Meri had been mulling over what this all meant for her, and quite frankly, in my opinion, she was in denial that there is no covenant or marriage anymore, and she was acting a little desperate. She says she's been emotionally abandoned by Kody since way before the catfishing. She repeats again, way before the catfishing. I mean, that makes sense because maybe the catfishing was her way of lashing out or something. But now at this point, she also had seen the clip on the show from last season where he says he doesn't consider himself married to her anymore and he wouldn't even care if she found someone else. And she called this scene vulgar, and it was really kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. Christine says that she thinks it's disgusting how Kody is leading Meri on, and how Robyn's like, stay with the family, stay with the family. Christine says, let that girl go. Meanwhile, in more lighthearted content, Janelle and Christine are still in Idaho with Christine's brothers. They talk a little bit about how their religion encouraged food storage and would say that the world was randomly going to end for some reason, which, not going to lie, kind of sounds cultish. And so they still store food to this day. I feel like they've talked about this before, though. Have they? And Meri is coming to talk to Kody about the property, and this is going to be a big scene. He came in on a four-wheeler for some reason, and Robyn says the property just makes her ache. It's like a land of broken dreams, I guess. He wants Meri to go walk the property, and there's this whole segment about how Coyote Pass is totally unfair because Christine gave her property to Kody in exchange for the money from her house. And I have to call this out because when Christine talks about this, she says that she gave the property to the family. And Kody, when he talks about it, kind of says that she gave the land to him. Isn't that interesting? Just pointing that out here. So Robyn is apparently on for 4 acres. Kody gets 4 acres, but Meri only gets 2, and it's unclear who gave what money to buy the property and what's fair. But Meri says she deserves more property than what Kody thinks she deserves. Janelle is also stumped about why it's not equal, and they need to get some type of appraisal here. I mean, why would they even agree to this setup in the first place that makes no sense? They don't even know if it's really fair. And Kody uses the whole, I have 18 children and Meri only has 1, and she doesn't like to share resources. That's his excuse. Makes no sense because really, out of his 18 children, like, he's not around a lot of them all the time. Some of them have him blocked. I mean, they're not exactly coming over all the time. Robyn says, we don't know what the future holds. I may not be with Kody. I mean, she wants to hold on to her 4 acres and not be lumped in with Kody. So, I mean, I can understand that too, but they really are together. So they technically have 8. And Meri wonders if she could maybe have Christine's 2 acres, because then she would have 4 acres like the other wives. But Kody shoots down that idea pretty quickly, and Meri depressingly says, you know, that she's treated like less than because she has 1 child and she's not really a wife anymore. And yeah, this keeps coming up. It's like a theme on the show, how Meri feels like she can't have as much because she had less children, but it wasn't by choice. And they had agreed that she would always be treated equally, like in Vegas. In Vegas, Meri had the same size house, etc., but now suddenly it's an issue. So Christine and Janelle play ultimate frisbee at the brothers' house in Idaho, and they suck. They just are so bad. It's so sad to watch. Janelle admits maybe she threw a frisbee like once before. The brother ultimately did ask Christine what happened with Kody, and she said Kody said that he wasn't attracted to her. He didn't want his name to be on her house anymore. She lists different things that pushed her, but she left out the whole thing about him not wanting to be intimate anymore. Maybe that's like too much for the brother. Christine said that she took her life back and she's happy now. And now we're back at Coyote Pass, and Meri gets the guts to say that she's going to end her lease and that she's going to be at the bed and breakfast more. She just feels like very drawn to be there. Coupled with the fact of what Kody had said on the show, this makes sense for her. Robyn's already crying, despite probably knowing this was coming. I mean, do you watch the show, Robyn? Robyn wants to say, no, don't do this. But Meri knows this is the right thing to do, and whatever the emotion that someone else has is now irrelevant. Bravo, Meri. My problem is, didn't she already say this in her kitchen to Kody and Robyn this season? Is this a repeat? This doesn't seem like a bomb to me. Like, I knew she was ending her lease. Meri reiterates that this is also because of things Kody said, and he responds, why not make it about where we are and not about what I say? Like, pure BS statement. What does that even mean? Can someone say gaslighting? Also, they're nowhere. Like, where are they anyway? They're nowhere. Meri says that she had a good conversation the other day with Kody, apparently off camera, but they basically agreed to be friends. And Kody freaks out about Meri possibly putting blame on him for anything, and he deserves blame, but he's worried about it. He says, I'm trying to be honest without being a jackass. Well, that ship has sailed, Kody. Kody even is irritated by Robyn now trying to fix things with Meri. Even he is like, listen, I can't love her the way she wants to be loved. And Robyn says, I've always advocated for Kody and his relationships, as if this is like a badge of honor for her or something. She says it with such pride. Kody says, Meri, we can't have a marriage, but we can have something else. And Robyn bursts into tears. Not Meri, whose 36-year marriage is coming to an end in this scene. Robyn makes it about her. She says, I need to walk away. She says, how am I supposed to sit here and hear them decide this? And the irony is that she goes to the pond and just kind of stares there for a little while. Meri says that she's mad at Kody for not giving her what they promised each other. And I felt that when she said that. He did promise her. And Meri brought all these women in. She created this family. And this is where we are. It's kind of unbelievable. Robyn comes back and Meri says, I'm not going to force someone to act how they don't want to act. And Kody says, the act was easy. Kody admits that he was doing a performance as a husband. Yes, he actually said that. He's like, sorry, it wasn't an act. It was a performance. But that's basically the same thing. Act, performance, they're like synonyms of each other. Kody says, I'm not deciding this is over. But what you want doesn't work. He says he's trying to be fair, but also in his confessional, he says, I can fake it, but only if I need to. Robyn then says, I was hanging on with you. And Meri says it's not fair that I'm alone. Totally accurate. The whole hang on with me, okay? As if Robyn's life is hard. She's not even alone at all, like Meri. It's not apples to apples. Robyn and Meri say this is not what they want, and Kody's like, this is not what I want either. This appears to be the end of their plural marriage, I think. Meri says, I need to figure out how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife. And Kody leaves on his four-wheeler, Meri leaves, and Robyn stays there crying about plural marriage and wants to pray for peace and answers. She says, I'm looking at the mountains and thinking about when we came here and when we chose to be here and wanted to sit on a porch with my sister wives here on the property with our kids and grandkids looking at the mountains. I don't understand. Robyn is confused, sad, depressed, like, I don't know. She's going through all of it right now. What I don't understand is why Robyn's more upset than Meri in this moment, and also why Robyn didn't chime in for Meri about the property thing. She knows that Meri getting only 2 acres is not fair. Robyn was literally the worst in that conversation. And that concludes my recap of Sister Wives Season 18, Episode 14, The End of the Road. What a doozy. And next week, it's the tell-alls. So I'll be back for that. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.